I'm here with Derby Telegraph Chief Football Writer Steve Nicholson. Steve, what's your reaction to tonight's news that Derby County have sacked head coach Paul Clement?
Well, it's been quite a day, hasn't it? We got kind of wind of it just before 6 o'clock, if I'm right. We're now at 10 o'clock, it's pitch black outside. Kind of peering through the dust because it hasn't settled yet, obviously, and so trying to gather thoughts on the whole thing isn't easy. But my immediate impression, my immediate thoughts are, looking from the outside in, that it's unfair. I don't see why a head coach who was brought in June, who was described as pivotal to the way Derby were going to move forward, and the way they wanted to grow as a club, is suddenly out the door after 8 months. His record, is 5 defeats in 30 league games. Derby are 5th in the division. They're 5 points behind the leaders. There's 16 games left. They're still in the promotion mix. And really, I always thought that the aim this season was to finish in the top 6 and to be in that mix. And at the moment, they're still in with a chance of doing that. So I do find it unfair. Should he have been given longer? Absolutely. We'll find out more about the situation, I'm sure, tomorrow when we have the time to ask questions and get some more answers. The thing with these things are, when they happen in the evening, you have very little time to get more answers. So we'll kind of look forward to that tomorrow. This is a head coach who not so long ago took Derby on a run of 1 defeat in 19 games. They went from 16th in the division to top. At that stage, they were the team to beat. They were the team to fear in the division. Yes, since the turn of the year, they've hit a terrible patch. They're without a league-winning 7. The performances haven't been good enough in those 7 games. The side isn't settled, although I don't think that's totally Paul Clement's fault. That's down to the players who aren't nailing down a position themselves. And I've said before, and I'll say it again, I think the squad was allowed to get too big, and I think that gave Paul Clement too many options, and I think that confused matters. He's made mistakes. He's a novice manager. He will make mistakes. Experienced managers make mistakes. But, his record and where Derby are in the division, I say, it looks unfair, and he should have been given more time. But as I say, I'm sure we'll find out more views from Derby's chairman tomorrow, and we'll have more answers for the fans, hopefully.
And for the remainder of the season, Steve, Academy Director Darren Russell is now in charge of the first team.
Yes, he is. It reminds me of January 2006. Phil Brown, like Paul Clement, a novice manager in his first frontline management role when he came from Bolton to be manager of Derby. He was sacked, and Terry Wesley, academy manager at the time, took charge of Derby for the final 3 months of the season. Did a good job, Terry. Made some very sound decisions and got enough points to keep Derby in the Championship because they were sliding down the table. So Darren Wass will be in charge. He takes training for the first time tomorrow, I'm told. He won't speak to the media until Thursday, so that'll be interesting. Again, Darren, quite a few questions will be asked of Darren. We'll know more after that. Who will be part of his coaching staff? We'll wait to see. I understand that John Peacock, who Paul Clement brought in, will also go. Kevin Phillips, what will happen to him, we don't know as yet. And also, interestingly today, I thought the Academy added 2 coaches to their staff in Craig Short, former Rams player, and Des Walker, former Nottingham Forest legend. So they've come in as well. So it'd be interesting to see whether they're involved at all with Darren in the first team picture. So awful lot of questions to be asked. The dust, as I say, hasn't settled and won't settle for a few days. But the key is, at the end of this week, Derby have got a huge game on Saturday. They play MK Dons at home. As I say, they need a win. They're without a win in 7 league games. They need to win a game soon. And whoever, all the management business and all that, all the talking will end at 3 p.m. on Saturday because Derby need 3 points. Otherwise, this season could end in disappointment like last season. They need those points to keep that promotion hope alive.